Hi everybody, sorry we're just having some technical difficulties, but hopefully you're all still there. Are we good, Sarah? Hopefully?
We will see. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and sticking with us.
We've totally mastered the Facebook Live. We're just trying to figure out this YouTube Live, and we want to give you the best quality possible. And also today we're celebrating my birthday. So we have asked you over the past, I guess, week what you want to know about me because you're my guest. I guess maybe it should be the other way, but we're doing an Ask Me Anything tea with Shira. So it is what it is. I want to hear your questions, what you guys want to know about me. Just so you know, today I'm working on this shawl that I have been working on, unfortunately, for way too long, as we all have that project, don't we? This is actually out of my good friend Darren's yarn, dyed by Darren. You can follow him at Mr. Woolly Bear on Instagram. And you can see it's really pretty, has some blue in it, of course. Initially I started out and I'm like, this is gonna be for my mom, but now it's gonna be for me. Because I have taken way too long to make this thing and I'm really pumped about making it. We have some giveaways that we're doing today. There are going to be 2 giveaways during this live, and for the people that didn't have a chance to watch me live and to join us for this Tea with Shira live, there will be a giveaway for you guys if you leave a comment below. And we're going to be announcing the winners for that on September 26th. So that's next Thursday. And we'll go over what those giveaways are. But I also want to call out this delicious cake that's here. It's from a bakery here in Carlstadt. Megan, my wonderful assistant, picked it up. Thank you for that surprise. And it's from Viorella's Bakery in Carlstadt, New Jersey. So thank you so much for the lovely cake. Yes, Sarah.
Everybody is tuning in and saying happy birthday, and thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We were having a lot of trouble getting started today. Let's see. Hi from Jan and Lele and Linda and GB. Oh my gosh, there's just so many people tuning in right now and say a lot of people saying happy birthday.
Oh, thank you guys. So let's just fact check right now. My birthday is September 28th, but yes, this is my birthday month. I just, you know, Tea with Shira is such an important part of my job and who I am related to Lion Brand. And I thought it would be, well, actually, I have to give credit to Sarah. Sarah wanted to do a live Tea with Shira and create stress for herself. So we're here today, and over the past week, we've asked you guys what you want to know from me, because today's episode is an Ask Me Anything episode. So I'm ready for all the questions. I cannot get you free yarn. Don't ask me about that. But we are doing a giveaway. We are doing a few giveaways. So definitely stand. Oh yes, Sarah has a question.
First of all, wait, where did it go? Heather says that cake is a mood, and that is so true, Heather.
Yes, it is. I just want to put my face into it right now. Yes, Sarah.
And Deborah says, can I see the shawl? Can you hold it up for us?
Yes. Okay, hold on. Wait. Oh, hold on. Let me go like, I guess I would love to. All right. Can you guys see it? Once I'm done with this row, I can like hold it out more. Can they see it, Sarah? Sorry. Down. There it is. So this is out of Dyed by Darren yarn. You can only purchase it, I believe, at the studio. It's made from it's dyed by my good friend Darren, also known as Mr. Woolly Bear on Instagram. But you can purchase a very special Dyed by Darren yarn for Hat Not Hate on hatnothate.org. Darren dyed a very special quantity of, limited quantity of blue yarns for Hat Not Hate, as he is such a big fan and friend of Hat Not Hate. So I asked him if he would do that, and he said yes. So very limited quantity. So you can go over to hatnothate.org and purchase your very own unique, one-of-a-kind blue Dyed by Darren yarn to make your Hat Not Hate hats for the month of October, which is National Bullying Prevention Month. But I'm not going to get into Hat Not Hate because that's not what we're here to talk about today, or is it? I want to hear from you about your questions. Besides that cake looks delicious. It does look really good. I'm actually surprised I didn't try and take a piece of it before we started. Yes, Sarah.
Yeah, we have some questions here. Nicholas would like to know, what style of knitting are you doing? Is it English or American flicking / picking? Oh, you stumped her.
You stumped me, man. I think, I don't know. You know what? It's really funny. So I learned how to knit when I was 9 years old. One might think that I came out of the womb knitting because, you know, it's like I had no opportunity. By the way, now I can show you all, whoops, my shawl that you can kind of see. It's quite large. It's just been growing. There it is. I don't want to touch the cake though. Ew. So you can see it's like growing. I don't know when. I'm basically working till I'm done. I feel like I'm almost there, but because this is such thin yarn, such fine yarn, I feel like I'll never finish. But I know I will. I'm very determined. It'd be kind of cool if I could finish this before my birthday, my actual birthday. But yeah, this is a special, I don't know what style of knitting I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe Sarah, do you have any thoughts on that? That's a really good question.
I'm going to have to come closer to you to take a look.
Oh, some flicking or I know that I was taught by my, well, he was my au pair. Now he actually works here and he works with all the cool bloggers. But Mark, who was my au pair when I was a little girl, he taught me how to knit, actually at a trade show in Columbus, Ohio. I remember it very vividly. And he's English, so I don't know. Maybe. But I just knit. That's what I'm doing. I'm just living my knit life right now. And it's very simple. Did I do that right? Did I mess up? I may have gotten distracted by talking to you guys. I think maybe. Talk to me, Sarah. Who else is there? Or do they have other questions? I'm going to backtrack.
Guys, apologies in advance for mispronouncing your names. Here's a question from Suts Edits. What's the best project you've ever made? And do you have any other crazy ideas you want to achieve before New Year's?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay, so the best project I've ever made, probably the baby blankets for my nieces. For my two nieces, and so they're blankets. And the first blanket that I made was for my first niece, Anya, and her blanket was made with a lot of love because I was going through a lot of things when she was born. So that blanket, when I think about that blanket, it was kind of just like it was a journey. So that blanket is very important to me in that project, and especially when she was born. She was my first niece. And then my second niece, her blanket was also special to me because it was my first, I guess it was my first chunky crochet, like granny square blanket. So that was cool. And then the third blanket was also it was a special baby blanket for my very dear friend and sister, Jasmine, for her baby girl, Liv, as it was for her little girl. And it was when it was kind of like it was rainbow, and it was kind of in memory of her mom who passed away, for her granddaughter. So each blanket has been like so, I don't know, they mean so much to me. So I don't know if that really answered your question. It was way more than you asked for. I'm not going to give short answers. What other questions do we have, Sarah?
Prudence asks, what is your favorite yarn to knit with?
Prudence, solid question. And my favorite yarn to knit with is Woolies Thick and Quick. One year for Hanukkah, I made hats for everyone and their mother in my family. I think I made like 30 hats. That was before Hat Not Hate. And I made them all out of Woolies Thick and Quick, except for one that was made with Heartland Thick and Quick for my friend who's allergic to wool. So I had to do the acrylic, but I love me some Woolies Thick and Quick. It's my go-to for everything, except for this shawl. Yes, Sarah.
Marissa asks, what's your favorite part about working with Lion Brand?
Marissa, how much time do we have? I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am part of the family of Lion Brand. So Lion Brand is a 4th and 5th generation owned company. We've been around for almost 142 years. And I kind of was born into this company. And ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to work here. On my days off from school, I would come in with my dad. My dad is part of the 4th generation, and he's president of the company. And I would walk around and I'd help people. And when my grandfather still worked here, I'd walk around with him, and he was known to always share his fruit with people, which is really funny. He'd always offer people part of his banana. So I've always wanted to work here, and I guess, you know, it's the fact that we are a family business, and there's so much love and family here, and recognition of our brand and how important that is to me, and communicating that message. So the family part is a really important part, but also sometimes a very fun part. I'm gonna leave that answer there. What else do we have?
We have a couple of questions about Hat Not Hate.
Oh, talk to me. It's my favorite subject. Yes.
Jenny asks, what is your favorite shade of blue?
Oh, that's very. I don't even know. No one's actually ever asked me that. I love. Well, I don't know. I guess light blue is really nice, like a sky blue. But that also could be any type of blue. I love, I guess, our yarn jeans. I love the different blues in that line. I think that they just kind of cover all my different moods. I think that's a good. I like how I just brought yarn back into that conversation. Check out jeans.
And Angel asks, can I get started on Hat Not Hate for next year?
Yes, you can. We are definitely, I will tell you at the beginning of November, I would say it's safe to say to start sending in your hats for 2020. So I haven't announced my number, my big goal number, but I think I'll probably be announcing it mid-November as to what my goal will be for 2020. And if 25,000 was my goal this year, guys, think of what next year will be. Probably some crazy number that's going to give me all the gray hairs. And I'm going to have to dye my hair blue. That's what's going to end up happening. What else do we have?
Before we get to the next question, I just want to say I'm seeing some of our regular live viewers in the chat here, and I just want to say hi to all of you guys. Thanks for coming back week after week.
Thank you, guys, and thanks for coming to celebrate this Shira episode with me. Sarah's going to let me know when I should maybe talk about the different giveaways that we have.
Why don't we do that right now?
Okay.
Make sure you guys, if you're watching and maybe not participating, make sure you leave a comment in the chat so you can be entered to win a giveaway.
Yes, you must leave a comment so you can be part of the giveaway, because I have to say, even though I'm not receiving gifts, I like to give good gifts, and Sarah can attest to that because she has been a receiver of many gifts of mine. So we have 2 things that we're going to be giving away in our live chat today. So if you leave a comment now, part of this Tea with Shira, you will be entered to win 2 of these giveaways. The 3rd giveaway is going to be announced on the 26th. All the winners are going to be announced on the 26th, but we want to give the opportunity to people that watch the live after. Sometimes people can't, watch at their computers while they're supposed to be doing work. It's okay, I won't tell anyone. So those that winner will leave a comment when you're watching this, so we can, so you can have an opportunity to win. So first giveaway is Hat Not Hate Tote. Check this puppy out. Hat Not Hate Tote, designed by my good friend Jessica. A lot of people have seen this tote, and we will have more totes in 2020 and more Hat Not Hate swag, but it is one of my favorite things. And in the tote, you will be receiving some 50/50 LB collection yarn. One of these does make a hat, so you see where I'm going with that. Then you have some, as I mentioned earlier, some dyed by Darren yarn. So this is the special blue dyed by Darren, also known as Mr. Woolly Bear. This is one of a kind, so very special, limited quantities of that. We have some wooden tags that I believe are like straight up gold right now because they're sold out. So you get some tags and some info cards as to how to participate. And then 2 faux leather Hat Not Hate tags. So you will be able to purchase these when they do come back in stock. Right now they are out of stock. So this is a hot ticket item, guys. I mean, things in here like you can't even get. It's not even on the black market yet because they don't even have it on the black market. So that's one thing, a Hat Not Hate tote, and all the goodies that are in there. And then you got to have a tote for, first off, I'm all about the totes. So tote, tote, tote. But then we did a my favorite yarn giveaway. I have a lot. And also, like, who doesn't love a sea otter knitting? Obviously. So we have some woolies, thick and quick. One of my favorite colors, Hudson Bay. So love some Hudson Bay. And there are 2 balls of that. Then we have the jeans yarn. See, I've mentioned some jeans. Then we have some 50/50 in pink. I made my hat out of this yarn. If you guys follow me on Instagram at Shira Roars, one of my favorite stories about this yarn is I was coming home from Arizona and it was really cold here in New York and I didn't have a hat, so I made a hat out of this on the plane in like an hour and people looked at me like I was a crazy person because like I just put it on my head and I was ready to go. We have some merino yak alpaca in here. So LB collection, I'm fancy. And then LB collection Anya, which is very special to me because we actually named it after my niece. So, and it's it's superwash merino dyed yarn. It's really pretty. I love colors too, as much as I love black. So there's lots of goodies in here. And then the third giveaway that will be given to whoever watches after this live airs, you will be able to pick from any of the 12 days of Christmas blogger kits located on our website, lionbrandyarn.com. So you should definitely go check that out and maybe you will be one of the lucky winners. Yes, Sarah?
We just got a flood of comments from you guys, so I'm glad that everybody's so into these giveaways.
Yes.
But I'm trying to sort through and find some questions.
Okay.
We have one from Martha.
Okay, Martha. Hi.
She said, why or who named the company Lion Brand?
Such a good question. I always get asked that at guilds. So back in the day, when the company was, when we were creating the brand, a lot of brands named their companies after animals. And so there was Bear Brand and Lion Brand and other animals. And it just seems as though Lion Brand, King of the Jungle, maintained, my phone is buzzing. I'm sorry, excuse me, live. I don't know who decided to call me, but I'm busy. John Fee is saying, bad girl. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Martha, but a good one. Yes, Sarah.
Kay Craft says, are you going to do another meetup with actors like we did for Hat Not Hate?
Another meetup for actors?
Like we did for Vanna
and
Judy.
Sorry.
She was there, guys.
I didn't know that. I wouldn't know that was like a meetup, so I was a little confused. I mean, I hope so. I know that Judy Greer is a really big fan of Hat Not Hate, and she's been so supportive. And Vanna was so kind in opening up her home and hosting everybody. So I hope so for 2020. Maybe we'll get even some more people that want to be a part of Hat Not Hate. Yes.
Diane asks, is there a yarn named Shira?
No, there isn't, Diane, and there should be. Let's start a campaign for that. Shira yarn. I'm into it. Yes?
Rocky asks, how can someone form a crochet group in a small town and have Lion Brand be a sponsor to our group? I see what you did there, Rocky.
Rocky, well, I would tell you about, I would tell you to first, if you're asking to how to start a small group, I would say maybe go to your local library or maybe your local church or synagogue or wherever, you know, where people kind of come together. And I'd start from there and see who wants to get involved. In regards to Lion Brand being a sponsor, I cannot answer that at this time. But very suave, very suave. Any other questions coming through?
Diane agrees with you that there needs to be a Shira yarn.
Yes.
I'm going to take a question. Oh, here we've got another one. The Yarn Fashionista wants to know, how can one become a brand ambassador?
That's a good question. Sarah, you're so sneaky. So I will tell you, I started working for Lion Brand about 7 years ago, even though, like I say, I feel like I've been working from when I was out of the womb. I started working at the Lion Brand Yarn Studio in New York City, and then I started specializing in teaching children how to knit at the studio because I really enjoyed kind of giving the gift of knit and crochet. And it's really cool. You never forget who teaches you how to knit and crochet. I'm sure you all remember who taught you. I was at the studio for a bit, and then I really wanted to come into the, you know, the corporate part of Lion Brand. And I just didn't know what I wanted, but I know that before I started to do that, I started actually working with Sarah, who's behind the camera, and we started doing videos together, informational videos on Lion Brand yarns. And then it kind of just came to be that it made sense for me to like kind of take over this position that my cousin Jack was doing and going to different guilds and talking to them about Lion Brand. And then I was also doing videos and kind of became its own thing. And, you know, my passion, I think a lot of people see my passion for the brand, and I think it kind of fell into my lap. And Lion Brand had never really had a brand ambassador before. So it was kind of very, you know, organic thing that happened. Yes, Sarah?
Hika, I'm sorry, I'm definitely not pronouncing your name right. Hika wants to know, is there a pattern that you've made over and over again?
Yeah. It's that blanket that I was talking about before, but I can't remember the name of it because it was a really long, it was like a corner to corner blanket, but it was knit. And it was out of Baby's First back in the day. It's an old pattern. Maybe we can like put a link to it in the comments below if it still exists. But it's probably been that, or probably been just any basic hat or a cowl. Those are like things that I've just like done continuously. Because I am a big fan of mindless knitting. I think that's why I'm gonna like give away a really big secret, Sarah. I think that's why I've never made a sweater, guys. I've never made a sweater. I've actually made socks, and I've never made a sweater. Like, that kind of blows my mind. I've never made a sweater because I feel it's very intimidating, and I can't be mindless knitting like I am. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now if I was making a sweater. But this year I will be changing that, and I will be making a sweater, so stand by for that great journey of mine that will be coming your way through Facebook Lives. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Yes.
I'm going to jump over to one of the questions that you got on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pick one. Makes Edits wants to know, what is on your to-do list when knitting and crocheting?
What is on my to-do list? Get it done.
How about, what do you want to make next? I guess a sweater's on your list.
Yeah, a sweater's on my list. I really would like to make a sweater. I really want to make a cardigan, like a cozy boyfriend cardigan out of Woolies Thick and Quick. And Sarah and I have been talking about it. It's like really big steps. I feel like I'm moving into a relationship, but that's really what I want to make next.
Lele says, I'm making a sweater as we speak.
Oh my goodness! What? Hopefully you're using Lion Brand yarn. You can say yes.
And Chris says, I love mindless knitting. There are lots of very simple sweater patterns, as I'm sure you know.
There definitely are. I think I'm just like really overwhelmed by an idea of a sweater.
And Raina says, I'm making my first crochet sweater right now.
Hey, congratulations. You're giving me like really good energy to get my butt moving on that. I have to stop making excuses. What other questions are coming through, Sarah?
Another question from Instagram. Since Hat Not Hate went so well, what's next?
Hat Not Hate 2020, baby. That's what's happening. I'm going to ask for some crazy amount of hats, and we are going to just, I mean, listen, guys, my goal with Hat Not Hate is that eventually, you know, as one of the cards that came through, one of the notes, someone wrote that hopefully we can live in a world where we don't need hats anymore. So that's my goal. My goal is that we can, that this message spreads like wildfire, as it has, even in its second year, which is pretty awesome. Like, there are people that didn't even send in hats, but they took it upon themselves to like get their local school involved and make hats for the local school, which is amazing. And I think if you can do that, and if you can get your school involved, like, good on you, and thank you for helping spread this message, because, you know, the message of Hat Not Hate is I don't want there to be any more bullying. So, you know, whatever we can do. So Hat Not Hate 2020, that's what's next.
Sarah has a question. She wants some insider info. Why are some Lion Brand yarns discontinued? That's a question we get a lot.
It is a question we get a lot, and just sometimes, you know, sometimes they just don't do well. You know, but I will tell you that if you come to the Lion Brand Yarn outlet in Carlstadt, New Jersey, I don't know where you live, Sarah, but it's a really, if you love yarn, it's a really great place to come, and just maybe we might have some of the discontinued yarn that you're looking for, and it's a treasure hunt. I always refer back to the store Lohmann's. I don't know if you guys know the store Lohmann's, but when you went into Lohmann's, it was like a discontinued line clothing, shoe, accessory store. And like you'd go in there and you couldn't have any expectations, but when you went in with that mindset, you would like find your most favorite coat in the world. And that's what you have to do. You just got to come to Lion Brand Yarn outlet in Carlstadt, New Jersey, and you got to come with no expectations and walk out with so much yarn that you were looking for that's been discontinued. What else do we have?
Raina says you should just do it, referring to making your first sweater.
Oh, okay.
I think she's schooling you.
that was like a Nike thing. Just do it.
And Jan says I'm making my first sweater right now too. My first.
Jan, congratulations. you do you, girl.
Debbie says I'm making my first crochet cardigan right now. Guys,
this is a lot.
You are putting Shira to shame.
You really are. Sorry. Ooh, I have cake though. Maybe do we have people? Yes, Sarah.
Jan also wants to know, do you ever design your own patterns?
So I don't really, I mean, I guess kind of like, I don't know how far you're going to take design to, because like sometimes, you know, like you can take a pattern and alter it, and then it's kind of like your own pattern in a way. It's like based off of something. So very rarely, and Sarah can attest to this, do I do gauge swatches? Do I do any of that stuff that I really should? And like this kind of like, I was just like, how do I just make the most basic shawl ever? And they're like, yeah, you can just do, you know, like, you know, just start it. And like, I don't know there's no pattern that I have based this off of. So sure, I guess so. But nothing like super intricate. Although I did design my Hat Not Hate hat that I do not have on right now. But it's made from the LB Collection Superwash Merino using Vanna's Glamour for the words that say K2TOG, which is knit two together, which is like knit together. So yes, I do design my own patterns, but I'm not a fancy designer. Maybe I am fancy today. It's my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's my birthday episode. My birthday is September 28th. What else do we have?
This question comes from Facebook. Do you get to knit or crochet much for yourself? From ESF Heart.
I do. I make a lot of, I really like cowls. Cowls are like my jam. And I really like making cowls for myself, and I use Woolies Thick and Quick for my cowls. Like that's what I like to do. Cowls, they can be as fancy and as simple as you want them to be, and that's why I enjoy making them, and I enjoy making them for other people too, like Sarah. She's gotten a cowl from me.
I'm very lucky. Another question from Instagram. How long have you been crocheting for?
Ooh. Crocheting, probably not as long. When I started working at the Lion Brand Yarn Studio, like 7 years ago, I guess, I kind of like got into crocheting, and I kind of taught myself. And I'm a lefty. Like I'm like a lefty. Like I write with my left. However, I've always knit with my right, and so I was crocheting lefty, and I was crocheting backwards. It was a whole thing. And then Arabia, who works at the Lion Brand Yarn Studio, she had to put me through crochet boot camp because I was doing crochet tutorials, and I had to like relearn how to, it was literally boot camp. She is a sergeant in crochet. So I had to relearn, and that was, I would say, like 3 or 4 years ago. So talk about kicking a bad habit. That was a hot mess. And Sarah was a part of that whole mess. So hopefully that answered your question.
So now Shira can crochet both ways.
Yeah, I don't even think I remember how to do it because I was doing it so wrong lefty. So it was just bad. It was a disaster. What else do we have?
K Craft wants to know, is the cake real?
The cake is real. Should I, like, no joke. I kind of want to like crack into this. I'm going to finish this row. Guys, I don't know about you, but I have like a really big thing of I always have to finish my row. I can't like break away. Like I can't do mid thing. Even though this is the most simple knitting right now, like if I were to walk away, I feel like I'd come back and there'd be a disaster. Over the summer, I was knitting outside on the porch, and my nieces came over, and they're really young, and they picked it up, and then like I lost all the stitches, and I like low-key kind of like lost it, but I love them too much to get angry. So my sister-in-law was like, we're not around knitting so much, so what do we do? So I don't want to have an incident like that, so I'm gonna beeline through these next few stitches, and then maybe we can I don't know, light the candles and cut some cake. Aww.
Well, until then, Kathleen says, worth a mention, that coffee cup is fabulous.
Yes, it is. And the cup comes from, actually, I am going to stop for a sip. This comes from a guild in, I'm so thirsty. It comes from a guild in Manassas, Virginia. They actually got me teapot last year, and then they got me these 2 cups. And they say my name on it. And honestly, I love anything that says my name on it, because Shira is not a common name that you could go into those stores and get like your name. You know what I'm talking about. Like never. They never had Shira. Never. So I just get really excited when people give me stuff with my name on it or anything personalized, because I didn't really have that growing up. First world problems. Yes. Any other questions coming through, Sarah?
We've got a few people reacting to your story about your nieces and your knitting.
Oh.
And Marissa says, I can't leave a row half done.
Yeah, I know. It's not a thing. My nieces they were so sweet. They like didn't do it intentionally at all, but it was just really funny, and I was like, okay, we're fine. It's fine. I'll take the knitting away. But I actually did take a class when I was working at the Lion Brand Yarn Studio of how to fix a drop stitch. So that has definitely been very helpful when I'm knitting, because crochet is not as stressful when you make a boo-boo compared to knitting. What else?
A lot of other people are agreeing. Becky can't leave a row half done. Crunch Candy Lady, I can't leave a row half done either, which can be a problem when turning a sock heel. That's so true. I can so relate.
Sarah makes a lot of socks. She actually made me the socks that's in all the Tea with Shira promo photos. I love them so much. So yeah, so this is that puppy. It's coming along. It's not going to be as small as I thought, which I'm happy about, because once I block it, because I'm going to block this puppy. You bet your dollar I'm going to block it. It's going to be nice and big. Maybe I'll wear it when I go to Rhinebeck. Who here is going to Rhinebeck? Am I going to see you? If I see you, I hope you're also wearing a blue hat for Hat Not Hate. What else? Should I cut in? Should we like light the candle? I feel like it's like, happy birthday, Shira, light your own candles. I do want to like cut in a cake, but who else is asking questions?
Raina wants to know, do you wash/soak your hand knit or crochet gifts?
I definitely do. I have, I think it's eucalyptus. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, it is. I love that stuff, which also, fun fact for the ladies in this chat, can also be used for your bras. I did not know that. And then I found that out and I was like, oh, we are totally doing this. I got really excited. So I use that, and I always do like lavender or something. I really like lavender. So soak those puppies, let them dry.
Suzanne in the chat says she's going to Rhinebeck. It's close by.
Hey, Suzanne. Yes, hopefully I'll see you there. I'm going to be there on the Sunday, and I'm going to be sporting hopefully this and my Hat Not Hate hat. So look for me. I'll be the one with the blue hat and the curly hair. Yes.
Sutton asks, what was your first ever work piece? Wait, sorry. I know how to read, guys. Was your first ever work piece a disaster?
Oof. Yeah, I remember exactly what it is. It was a scarf out of homespun in the color Edwardian, which is black. And the edges were, woo! And I gave that scarf to my voice teacher. I used to sing when I was younger. Like all the way through high school, I was always singing. And that man, God bless his heart, he accepted it and he wore that scarf. His name was Jonathan. He was so, so sweet. And it was the ugliest scarf ever. And he wore it. I wish I kept it. I do have the first hat that I ever made though. And I always show that to when I used to teach kids what a first project looks like and how important it is to keep it, because it shows everything that you'll soon want to learn, like how to do lace when you have that really big gauging hole or gaping hole, or how to increase and decrease and all those mistakes and knit two togethers. And you're doing it when you're a beginner and you don't even realize it. So I've always kept my first hat. Yeah, I do remember that project very well.
Jeannie would like to know, what are your favorite needles?
That's a good question. I love Knitter's Pride. They have like the thing is like when I was working in the studio, I would be around all the stuff and I would just want to buy it. I felt like I was buying so much. And it turns out I wasn't really good at keeping track of my needles. So now I have like 5 of the same types of needles. And like Arabia in the studio used to tell me that on Ravelry, there's like a thing where you can keep track. And I'm like, nah, I got this. No, I don't have it. Now, like one day I spent like a whole day and I got like this really big 3-ring binder. And I got those like, I don't know, like clear slips. I don't know. Yeah. And then I put in like, printer paper and I, went through and I don't know, I have like sizes like 0 to like 17, 16 inch, 32 inch, 42 inch, wooden. I definitely like, even though these are actually wooden, they're not bad, but I really like, actually these are clovers, which I enjoy, but I also like Knitter's Pride because they have this, I forgot what it was called, but they weren't metal. They were, I don't know, Sarah, can you maybe help me out? Can you read my mind right now? No, you can't read it? Man.
Carbon fiber?
Carbon, yeah, they were carbon, and they were really, really nice. I really liked them. But I always asked my dad for an interchangeable set because I just felt like that would be a solid gift. And He never got it for me. I think that he just like didn't understand what I was asking for. Or maybe he did, and like I don't know. It never happened. So now I've just collected so many needles. That was a very long-winded answer.
Well, Helen comments, cut the cake, I'm drooling.
Okay, well, so I feel like I should light my own candles. Hopefully, we have 2 matches here, so I have only 2 chances to get this right. And I'm gonna take my yarn away.
Yeah, let's not damage that.
All right, well, here goes that. Guys, I can't cut the cake if I can't blow out my candles. Hold on, let's try this.
Okay. The suspense is killing me.
Okay, all right, okay. We're having some luck here. I really don't want to burn my finger over this. Okay. I wanted to do, oh my God. I wanted to do 5 candles because it's the 5th season of tea. Okay, not burning myself. Wait, maybe I can do this. Hold on. Whoo, hey-oh.
Please don't light the balloon on fire.
Yeah, I know. That'll be great. Lion Brand will love me then. Like, why did the alarm go off? Okay. Cool, I'm gonna move that over there. A birthday wish. What should it be? For more yarn? A boyfriend? Who knows? Okay. John P is giggling because he thinks this is funny. So I think Meg got me sparklers. I don't know. Do they blow out, or am I just going to have to let this thing go? Okay. All right. I imagine you all are singing happy birthday to me while I blow these out, because right now it's just very awkwardly quiet while I blow these out.
Guys, I'm not going to sing for you.
Come on, guys. You got to sing. John Fee and Sarah are here. Guys, sing. Everybody in the comments, tell them to sing. Okay, everybody's going to comment saying, all right, let's go. I can't sing it to myself, guys. That's super depressing. Let's go. John Fee. Let's go.
Ready? We're going to sing. Happy birthday to you. I'm so sorry, guys. Happy birthday. They're singing along. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shira. Happy birthday to you. Blow them out. You all peer pressured me into singing.
Oh, I really don't want to blow on the cake. This is a disaster. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. No, they don't go out. This is a joke. Okay, we did it. Woo!
Happy birthday, Shira, from everyone who is watching.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that was very stressful. Okay. What other questions while I cut the cake?
Alessandra comments, you should wish for a boyfriend carrying yarn.
Amen to that, sister. Yeah, definitely. Whoever he is. But I don't know. There's that whole like boyfriend. There's a book actually, and we did a tea with Shira on it, called The Curse of the Boyfriend Sweater. I've never actually knit for someone that I've been in a relationship with. Maybe I should, and then I would actually end up with someone. Ha ha! Yes, Sarah.
Chris says, rock those curls, girl. They're gorgeous. What do you do to keep them so awesome?
Oh,
Shira loves talking about her curls.
Yes, I love talking about my curly hair. So my hair is done by my good friend Greg. But, oh my goodness, this cake, I just rocked cutting this cake, I think. But I actually don't put any product in my hair. I just put leave-in conditioner and that's it, because I used to do, oh wow, that was impressive. I'm gonna give this first piece to John Fee. Look at that cake, guys. Look at that. Look at that delicious cake. And this cake comes from Varella's Bakery in Karlstad. I love how John Fee thinks he's gonna sneak on without having to come and get it. Come and get it, John Fee. He doesn't know how to come on without being on camera. Come and get it. Everyone, I want you to meet John Fee. He makes all these videos. He helps us out. Say hello, John Fee.
Hi, everybody.
John Fee's the best. We love John Fee. Okay, so John Fee gets the cake. There's only one other plate, so
that one's for you.
That one's for me. All right.
And here's some more questions.
I love some questions.
How does it feel working at a company when doing something that you really love?
That is such a good question.
Such a good question.
Man, it's so hard to put that into words, because when you're so passionate about something, it's like, you know, my dad, when I was a little girl, he always used to say, when you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. While that is not completely true, because I do work every day, I do love it. And I'm so lucky that I get to work with people like Sarah. While you guys may not get to see her face every day, I do. And I'm so lucky and blessed, as much as I know she is when she goes to sleep at night, that she gets to work with me. And I get to work with awesome
And we get to talk to all of you lovely people.
Exactly. And I get to work with John Fee, and I get to work with an amazing team and amazing people that make this company go round. I'm so thankful for all of them, that they make my job worth it. So I don't know. It's so hard to put into words, but I'm very, very lucky and blessed that I get to work here and I get to share my passion with you guys.
Jamie says, is that the Hat Not Hate pillow I see?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's here. Don't worry. It hasn't moved. It's on our set, but we wanted to make it a little, you know, birthday centric and not so Hat Not Hate as per usual. So it's here. Don't worry. Any other questions? How's the cake, John Fee? Oh, very good, he
Everyone
says.
is saying hello to John Fee.
John
He's
Fee.
the new star of the show.
I quit my job. John Fee, it's tea with John Fee. That actually rhymes. I'm into it. He doesn't like tea, he says. It's fine. What other questions do we have coming through?
Helen wants to know what flavor the cake is. Helen, you are a girl after Shira's heart.
You are. I'm always on Sarah's Instagram or just anyone I know, and I'm always like, oh, you're with cake? What type of cake is that? Was it good? What was it like? Give me details. What is the flavor of the cake, John Fee?
I mean, I think it's just plain regular, but like has chocolate frosting in between.
Chocolate frosting in between. I'm definitely going to have a bite of this cake afterwards, but I cannot talk to you guys and eat the cake at the same time. That is going to, I know I'm going to drop food somewhere and it's not going to be in my mouth. So I'm saving myself from that embarrassment.
We all appreciate that.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, Helen's making fun of you. She says, typical man only shows up for food. Sorry, back to Oh gosh, I'm sorry. He's gonna leave. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll through all your comments, you guys.
There's so many comments.
There are so many. I have a burning question from Instagram. Shira, what is your favorite kind of cheese?
My favorite kind of cheese? Interesting that you ask. Well, that is a burning question.
Since we're talking about food.
Yeah. I guess it'd be American cheese. I don't know. Is Alfredo a cheese? No, that's not a cheese. That's not a cheese. I guess, I don't know. When I get like a bagel with egg and cheese, it's always going to be American cheese. When I have pasta, I'm always going to put Parmesan cheese on my pasta. And I also like I like macaroni and cheese, but I guess that's...
All right, maybe we talked about cheese enough. Next question.
I don't know. You wanted to know, so I'm telling you.
Pedro asks, this is an interesting question. What is your favorite reversible pattern? Do you have one?
I don't even know that I have one. I think I've gotten actually a lot of reversible hats for Hat Not Hate, which was like over and beyond. I don't know if, I don't think I don't have one because I've never done one. Maybe I need to add that to my knit and crochet to-do list. There we go.
Another question from Instagram. Where's the coolest place you've ever knitted?
Oh, where is the coolest place I've ever knitted? That's a good question. Well, I did knit at the highest point in Chicago at the top of that really, what was it? What was that tower that I made Sarah go up to like the highest point?
The Willis Tower, but that is not the right answer. The coolest place that Shira's ever knitted, because I was there, we were on a glacier in Alaska.
You're right. You are, you were, yes. Sarah and I went to a guild in Alaska, and my mission was to bring my knitting with me, and I wanted to knit with hometown in Alaska, and I think it was like Anchorage, Alaska, that the color, it was like a black grayish color in Anchorage, Alaska on a glacier. That was a cool moment. My dad thought that was pretty cool, and I put that in a frame and I gave that to him, that photo. Shout out to JJ for taking that picture. But yeah, that was one of the coolest spots that I was knitting. That was a cool spot. You are right, Sarah. Oh, that's why she's in my life.
I'm just fact checking you.
What else? I should go back to my knitting. What else do we have?
I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't, or if you're just lurking, leave a comment in the chat.
Don't be a lurker, guys.
Yeah, so that you can
win.
You can be entered in our giveaway. If you are watching this after the fact, don't worry. We are having a giveaway. Leave a comment below. If you're not live with us right now, you have a chance to win also. And we're going to announce next week who the winners are.
Yeah. Are there other questions that are coming through?
Barbara says, what about the video in New York City? You knit all over the city.
Oh, Barbara. You are correct. I did. Sarah and I did a really cool video where we went out one day and we were tourists. And I knit on the subway. I knit on the steps of the New York Public Library. I knit. It's actually one of my favorite moments. I've always wanted to go on a date with a guy in Central Park where we go in like the rowboats, you know how you see those in movies. And I always wanted to go on a date like that. However, my first time was actually with Sarah in a rowboat in Central Park, and I was knitting, and it was the most stressful hour because neither of us could really row, and I think Sarah was yelling at me a lot, and I was singing row, row, row your boat. So that video is actually on our YouTube channel, and you can check that out. But yes, and then I was knitting on a carousel. I was knitting in Times Square. I was knitting in Grand Central Station. I was knitting all over the place in New York City. That was I remember actually vividly coming out of the subway after that whole thing, and I was so tired, and I just looked at Sarah, and I think she might have cried quietly in the bathroom after that day. I'm not sure.
No.
Yes. But yes, Barbara, you are correct. So listen, guys, this has been I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I want you to know how much I appreciate all of your support, whether it be watching Tea with Shira's, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and you should also know that we're on Facebook now. We have a Facebook group, and we put bonus content from our Tea with Shira's on there, so you should definitely go check out our Facebook group, like and subscribe. Can you subscribe on Facebook? I don't know. I'm just so used to saying like and subscribe.
Like our Facebook group.
Our Facebook
don't forget
group.
To follow Shira on Instagram.
Yeah, at Shira.
And thank you guys again for sticking with us through our technical difficulties while we got started.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
I really appreciate it. And I just appreciate all of you. I really, really do. All of your support, continuous support, and watching. If you're just finding out about Tea with Shira, we have great episodes coming your way. And if you've been with us for 5 seasons, you've seen how we've grown, and we have this cool set now. And know that we're doing some giveaways, so the winners will be announced on September 26th. And thank you again. Just thank you so much. Thank you for all your support. And I love you guys. And I love that I think this is the biggest birthday party that I've ever had, but no one's here. Like, I don't think I actually know how many people are in the comments right now, but I feel like it's more than I've ever had at a birthday party. So
It is.
thanks for making 31 super memorable for me. Yeah, Sarah, you have some closeout comments?
I just wanted to remind you guys,
Yes.
our next Tea with Shira will be out October 3rd. Obviously, if you're subscribed, you already know that we have new videos every week.
Yes.
If you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
What do you
do? It.
Do it.
I just saw a comment that said, "I love Yarn University." Thank you, Valerie.
Oh,
I
Valerie,
love
that
making them.
That made Sarah's heart explode, because that was Sarah's idea. So she likes writing those scripts for me. They're fun.
I always make her say big words. But I also wanted to remind you guys to check us out next week on the Lion Brand Facebook. We will be live again.
Yes.
We're going back over to Facebook.
And we're doing a Hat Not Hate knit along.
So
I'm going to be picking my favorite pattern. Not sure what yarn I want. Probably I'm going to do it out of Woolies Thick and Quick. Who am I kidding? But I'm going to do just I'm going to decide on a hat, and I'm going to be making a hat for Hat Not Hate, because October is approaching, which is National Bullying Prevention Month. And even though the asking for hats is complete, we are now asking you to make your hat and your family and friends hats, so we can post throughout social media through the month of October wearing your blue hat using the hashtag #HatNotHate and tagging #HatNotHate. So definitely join us next week, the 26th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for a Facebook Live as we can knit, chat, talk about hats. That was on the fly right there. So yes, good call, Sarah. That will be on Facebook next week, the Lion Brand Yarn Facebook. I think that's it. She's giving me the thumbs out.
she did it, guys.
The thumbs out. The thumbs up to close out. Thank you again for joining me for my biggest birthday party yet. 31, I think, is going to be an awesome year full of lots of blue hats and lots of awesome subscribers such as yourselves. So thank you. Happy birthday to me, but thank you to you. And I love you all so much. And if you were here, we just have like a big group hug. So a virtual hug to all of you. I love you all, and I will see you next week. I will see you next week on Facebook Live, but then I'll also see you in my heart on October 3rd, which is our next Tea with Shira coming out. So, mwah! Bye, guys.